Hello, and welcome back to another Daily Top 10's Top 10 video. Today, we're going to be looking at the top 10 kindest acts by kids. Sometimes the world can seem like a callous, cruel place, so it's heartening to remember that acts of kindness can be made at any age. This top 10 is really going to pull the heartstrings. Number 10. New shoes. When a high school student heard that a classmate was being bullied because of the shoes he was wearing, he realized he was in a position to do something about it. What's more, he actually did. He bought his classmate a new pair of Jordans. The boy receiving the gift seems flabbergasted. He doesn't know what to say. We're not surprised. That sort of kindness doesn't happen every day. It just goes to show that bullying can be fought with generosity. Number 9. Random acts of kindness. The Bristol kids in this next video are taking part in a city-wide project called Brilliant Bristol, which is all part of a plan to make the city the UK's happiest place. And there's no better cause for happiness than a bunch of adorable children giving out flowers and compliments. Hearing those kids so happy to see that they made people smile is pretty heartwarming, we've gotta say. Number 8. Pen seller. When a man comes across a child selling pens on a street corner in India, he starts a conversation that's hard to listen to. This little orphan girl sells pens to earn money for food, so the man offers her 5 times the amount she would usually make from the sale and asks her to use the money to pay for her tuition. But when he tells her to keep the pens to sell along to someone else, this little girl's generosity and honesty comes to the forefront. Her thinking is that he bought them, so he should keep them, despite all her hardships. That's a kind of generosity that's very rare. Number 7. Foul Faul. The kid in this video clearly loves their baseball, but that doesn't stop one of them from making a very generous sacrifice. 2 kids after the same ball is probably never going to end with them both happy. Perhaps that's why the boy who caught the ball, Ian, decides to give up his prize to the other kid, without a complaint. Such a kind gesture didn't go unrewarded. The team at the stadium took Ian aside to give him a baseball bat signed by his favorite player. Number 6. Lost wallet. This next story went viral across social media networks in early 2016, and it's not hard to see why. In fact, the story is so charming that Ellen DeGeneres had the story's heroes on her show. When 10-year-old Nassim found a pink wallet on the ground at a motocross event, he made it his mission for the night to find the owner of the wallet. Using the wallet owner's ID as a guide, Nassim scanned all the faces in the crowd in search of the woman, but to no avail. So when he got home, the first thing he did was send a letter to the address on the ID card. And after all that, Nassim found out that good deeds don't always go unrewarded.
Well, we want you to have more than that, so we're going to give you all of this so you can watch video at $1,000.
Number 5. Hot dinner. Our number 5 entry is a very simple act of kindness, but it's no less powerful than the other examples on this list. When this little girl asked her father if she could give her food to a homeless man sitting on a park bench outside, her father must have felt a real swell of pride knowing that his daughter would think to be so kind. Number 4. Sins of the father. An elderly woman visits the grave of her recently departed husband only to be mugged, losing $700. One can only imagine the emotions that must have gone through 15-year-old Christian when he saw the mugshot of the man responsible on a news report, his father. Christian, though, is a bigger man than his father. He tracked down the victim of the robbery, offered her an apology that should have been his father's to give, and even gave her $250, which she immediately gave back to him. It's heartening to see that in this case, it was not a matter of like father, like son. Number 3. Presidential appeal. After the world was shocked to see pictures of 5-year-old Syrian boy Omarin Dequaniche covered in ash, debris, and blood, one 6-year-old American boy's reaction went above and beyond. Alex wrote to the president asking him to bring Omar into the United States so that he could be adopted by Alex and his family. Word of Alex's letter reached President Obama, and the two even had a chance to meet at the White House, where the president complimented Alex on his compassion and generosity. Number 2. Raising funds. Cancer is a terrible illness that can elicit a huge range of emotions. Some people don't know what to say or do. Others try to quietly be there for whatever their loved one needs. After Vincent's best friend Zach was diagnosed with a dangerous form of leukemia, it brought out the best in Vincent. First grader Vincent not only raised over $200 to put towards his friend's treatment, he also shaved his head in the ultimate act of solidarity. The majority of adults wouldn't do that. So it's a real testament to a firm friendship that is sure to last for years to come. We can say that because, happily, Zach's cancer went into remission. Number 1. Clearing the debts. Selecting a number 1 entry for this list was very hard. All of these kids demonstrated so much kindness. But this final little boy's industrious scheme to ensure that everyone in his school could eat well tops our countdown in the end. 8-year-old Caden saw that a kid in front of him in the school line couldn't afford to buy a hot lunch. So after consulting his mom, he collected enough donations and sold enough empty bottles to raise funds to pay for 295 lunches. Thanks for watching another Daily Top 10's Top 10 video. And remember, it's our duty to entertain and yours to subscribe.
Hello, my children. This is Jesus here, reaching out to you from above to say you are nearly in my good books and to come join me in my kingdom. But first, you must subscribe to Daily Top 10s, or thou shalt deem you unworthy of my kingdom. So, subscribe now